and today I'm going to be going over the game console D-R35 Plus. Now this has nothing to do with Anbernic, so I don't know if they're using the R35 to make it sound like an Anbernic device, but it's not, and it's good. Now I don't know if it's actually good. They're just making that claim on the box. This is the rest of the box. Looks like it comes in 4 different colors and with a 64GB SD card. And the rest of the box, this is also what it looks like. They use the RetroArch symbol on their icon, so that's interesting. TV out. Alright, I guess the official company is SED. And again, it's the model DR35 Plus. I don't know if there's a regular version of this model for there to be a Plus version. And anyways, as you can see, there's the 4 trigger buttons on the back. In the box, I can see already that there is a screen protector. There's not a screen protector, but there's a screen cleaning. Fine. I don't see myself using this console so much. I don't know what kind of plastic they use, but it's like, I don't want to say jelly, but it's like very smooth to the point where, I don't know, it feels a lot different than other transparent shells. It's very, very smooth compared to other consoles that I've seen that are transparent. I know there was one console, the Miu Mini, the gray version of that console. It almost felt like sandpaper, and this is like the total opposite of that. So let's get started. Obviously, you can see the D-pad. This D-pad is actually huge compared to like other D-pads. Let me get a different device to compare it to. My RG405M, and I don't know if I don't want to accidentally bump the screen, but maybe you can see the D-pad on this one is huge for some reason. Like it's just really long. And on the bottom, we have headphone jack. And it looks like my case is coming off a little bit. On this side, you see like right here, it looks like I can fit my fingernail in there. But anyways, has micro SD card slot, headphone jack, and USB-C charging. This side, absolutely nothing. This side should be the volume button. And on top, we have the power. What's interesting is it advertises that you can play this on the TV, but I was expecting an HDMI out port, but maybe it meant through USB-C. They already have Contra on the NES screen to know that we're going to come back for that. The Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color. Okay, so nothing too exciting, but they are here. So I guess we'll start with the Contra test. And he's definitely moving all around with the D-pad, so that's kind of a bummer. I looked it up on AliExpress. This is about $30, $40, so I wasn't expecting a fantastic D-pad for $40, but I was kind of hoping because of how big it was, maybe there was a chance of something, but unfortunately not. I don't mind the arcade UI, but I understand some people probably think it's too much. So next thing I want to do is check for my Game Boy Advanced game, Hamtaro. And what I like to do, especially on these cheaper consoles, the more expensive, you know, like well-known ones, I don't do this. But for these ones specifically, I like to test if this game can run, because on the really cheap models, like the Power Bank consoles I've been reviewing, it never runs on these. So I do want to try it here. Basically what it is the Hamtaro test. If it's too cheap of a console, if it doesn't have enough power, you literally cannot start the game. Okay, so on this screen, if there's not enough power, if I push OK, the game might not start. And considering it's lagging already, I don't know if it will. Yep, see, it doesn't start the game. So this console does not have enough power to run at least one GBA game. Now, of course, is this the most well-known GBA game that all the players in the world are going to play? No. Now, one way you can get around that is to load a save state from a different game that already got past the screen. It's way too much like work to get a game to run on here. Like you literally need a second device that can run the game. Or you can, I guess you could get a save state from online, but I don't really recommend that. So already for me personally, definitely don't get this console. But again, it is, what is it, like a $36 console, about 40, let's just say 40 to make it even. I didn't expect it to run, but that's kind of a bummer. Let me try some other known GBA games to see if they'll run. I had to completely restart the console because it can't run the one Hamtaro game, so I got stuck. And let me try some other things. How about like Pokemon? That's got to be on here, right? Actually, let me search for it. Okay, so as you can see, it's lagging a lot just for Game Boy. So I think this console might struggle to run Game Boy Advance in general. We can try another version. Like, it's running, it's just lagging a lot. Especially the audio. Alright, I'm not even going to bother with this. But on the plus side, you do get save states on this console. Yeah, no, it's still pretty laggy on this version. Of course, this game's running a little bit better than some of the other ones I tried, but I don't think it's really worth it at all, at least not for Game Boy Advance. Maybe I should try some older consoles, just like even just Game Boy Color, to see if that runs better. Okay, now I'm testing out Game Boy Color. This is Ants Racing. I literally never heard of this game, but I'll try it out. So I just wanted something I could pop into the game real quick. Oh, it's Ants, like that movie. Okay. Yeah, obviously I don't know how to play that game, but I just want something to pop up. I'd say this at least can run Game Boy Advance games. Now, as you can see, I'm in the Game Boy section, but it seems to be Game Boy Color games. And then when I go to Game Boy Color, it's just Game Boy. So I'm not really sure. So those two are swapped. And I am not going to take the time to figure out if I can even fix that. I will say these do come with a lot of games. However, it's like, 10 different games are the same one, just in different languages. So, there's that. I sure love Baldur's Gate 3 for the Neo Geo. I hope that's on here. The thing I did find interesting is under the Sega system, these actually seem to be organized by alphabetical order, but this is like the only organized section. So I don't know if maybe they were pulling their games from some source, and then the future ones they did not. But I don't even see Sonic on here, so that's interesting. Let me try searching for him. Okay, so I've tried loading Crash Bandicoot 3 twice, and I keep getting to this part and it just freezes. So, and this is just in the intro, so I'm not sure what's going on with that. Let me try a different game. I know nothing about Tekken besides a fighting game, but because it's so fast-paced, I just want to try it out. Okay, and obviously for a fast-paced game, this is, I would assume, unacceptable. So PS1, definitely don't get this system for PS1. And like I said, I couldn't even get Crash Bandicoot to run. These ones don't work, so forget PS1. At least they did use the right, I think, character for that, unlike the Neo Geo. I sat and stared at the screen for like a good 40 seconds. Like, what is Baldur's Gate doing on here? So overall, do I recommend this device? Absolutely not. Even if this is all you can afford, like if you only have $40 to spare and you really just want something, I really say just try your best to save up more money for something better, like an Anbernic RG35 or maybe a Miyoo Mini. Do whatever you need to do. But I definitely don't recommend this. I just wanted to check it out because, these gaming consoles call to me like the Green Goblin mask, so I just had to check it out. But if you're only looking to play really old consoles like the NES or the Super Nintendo, you can definitely get away with this device. But again, if you want to get the most out of it, I'd say just save up for something better.